Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new season of the Pichu London Cup Series. This is the 40th season of the series. It was formerly known as the Pokemon Cup Series, but this season is now under a new name known as the Pichu London Cup Series. But it's still the same series you know and love, and we're going to be going on the same tracks from last season. No changes from last season, believe it or not, but we're going to have a great season in Season 40. We'll have a lot of new drivers along with many of the returning drivers looking to win the championship and a lot of former champions in this field as well. So it should be an exciting season. We're going into the 40th. So anyway, here it is. Here we go. The opening race, the Daytona 500 as always. And let's go through the starting lineup. On the pole for the Great American Race will be the 41 of John Gilbert. Alongside him will be making his return to full-time competition, the 53 of Jackson Nantle. The highest rookie starting lineup in the starting lineup is the 24 of Deshaun Clennon, running that 24 Hendrick car. And Nilson Herrera competing in a handful of races this season, the 54 car for Rick Ware's team. Cassie Reynolds will start full-time. She moves over to the 48 for Hendrick. And John Andrews returns in the series in the 3 car for the RCR team. Max Ferrier is also back in a full-time ride, as he will be running in the 22 for Penske. And Zachary Fitzwater makes his return once again in the 4 car for Stewart-Haas. Long-time relationship with the team. He's been there for many seasons in that 4 car, and he will be back for another season. Last season he went winless, but we'll see if this season will change all that. And then Carter Friesen makes his return to the 66 car. And then the 10 car, another rookie in the field, Unleasher Quillies is in the field. A former truck and National Series driver makes his way to the Cup Series. Then we have the 43 Christian Russell also returning the Cup Series. And the 18 Giovanni Castillo, he's also returning for the Joe Gibbs 18. Number 2 car, Samet Ozkan. Ozkan ran the 21 last season. He's back in the new number 2. And the number 12, Priya McShane, his teammate for this season, as Priya returns to his old ride in the number 12. 88 car is Max Bailey. Max Bailey moves over to Hendricks 88. And Clark McKee moves over to the Rick Ware 52. Lean Campana will be in the 32 this season. He was in the 32 last season. He's back once again. In the 6 car, also returning in the same ride from last season, J.D. Figueroa running for Roush Fenway. Maxwell Smart makes his way over to the Levine 95, and Chris Leone makes his return as well. 42 car's new driver, as he was with Rick Ware's team last season as a rookie, and now he's back as a veteran. Then we have the 8 car of Cassandra Kirker, a former winner of the Daytona 500, and Eli Bry was a former winner as well. We'll get to him in a little bit. And Ethan Sale is in the number 11 car. He'll be running full-time for Joe Gibbs this season. Number 9 is another new rookie. Quinn Porter is also from the Rick Ware team as he moves over to the 9 car for Hendrick, running all the big old 9 car for this season. And Dylan Kroom, number 20, he's our defending series champ. He won last season's championship and was a dominant factor in the series last year, but we'll see if he can repeat this year. Then we have the 38 of Ryan Durrani making his return to the series. He ran the 10 car last season. He'll be moving to the 38. And new rookie in the 31. The 31 returns to full-time competition with David Bazuki on the wheel. And Pichu also returns in the 99, and another rookie in the field, the 15 car Freddie Soto. Then the 21 of Isaiah Bernash, he will run now in the 21 Wood Brothers team, and Nikki Maxwell running in the 77. She moves over to Spire. And the number 1 car, Alex Hawkins, returns from last season, the same ride and team he was in. And Johnny Garner is giving another season a go in that 34 car, looking for that 3rd championship after coming so close last season. Well, Gardner is ready for another shot at the title. And the 00 of Grayson Acevedo, he moves over to Starcom's team. And we have the 14 Rich Roy also returning to Stewart-Haas in the 14 car. Riley Spurley makes his return to the series in the 47. And the 37 of Anthony Then will be his teammate for the JTG crew. And there's Eli Bright, the former Daytona 500 winner. He was last season's Daytona 500 winner. He doesn't have a full-time ride, but will run in the super speedway races this season. That's 62 car. And Alexander Rowe will be in the 51 full-time for Rick Ware's team. Igor Barreto makes his way over to the 13 car for the Geico machine. And Toby Smith driving the 19 for this season. And the last two drivers in season 40, then Tracy Battle moves into the 17 as a full-time driver. He is now full-time, believe it or not, for the Roush Fenway crew. And Cody Smart, the 36 former champion, is now going to be in that 36 car. And now, we've gone through every driver in season 40, and we're about to kick the season off with the command. Here we go. And here we go. The car is going to be rolling off the track very shortly. It'll be 20 laps total, and we will have a break in the middle of the 20-lap race here at Daytona, and they'll be back to starting double file for the final 10 laps of the race. And that's what we always do. That's what we usually do in super speedways, is to divide the race into two parts, because it's more exciting to have double file restarts at the halfway point. And it really sets up a different kinds of strategy for many drivers here in the super speedways. It really makes these races so much more exciting. And Eli Bright, like I said, he's going to be running the four super speedway races this season. And the next one after this, the next super speedway race will be the regular season finale at Coca-Cola. Then the last two races will be super speedway races in Daytona, and Talladega and St. Joltis. But anyway, the 40th season is underway with the green flag. And car 41 starts in position 1. And here we go, the first lap of the season. And all these cars are ready. All these drivers are ready also. 48 car going on the low line. 41 though going to block on the bottom lane. Already going 3 wide up on top. Sure going to be a fun race here today, as the 41 of John Gilbert will be the first leader of the season, as he will lead the first lap of many here in the 40th season of the Pichu London Cup Series. There's Carter Friesen down low. He's going for the lead. Look at Gilbert putting the block on him. 41 car, he saw him coming and he put the block on the 66. Oh, look at the 66 retaliate. Carter Friesen, he doesn't want to be stopped. And the 66 Friesen's going to lead lap number 2. Priya McShane, he's going to the 12 now. Here comes Priya. And Max Bailey is going down low in the 88 car as well. Max Bailey running the same car that the Eli Bright ran in last season, and he won the Daytona 500 and 2 other races in a sensational season he had last year. Well, he's running only super speedway races this season, but he's trying to come back here, and hopefully he can try to make an impact here in the final laps. Just stage 1, and already look at the cars going 3 wide. Doesn't get any better than this. 7 laps left in the first half of the Daytona 500. 95 car down low, and here comes Maxwell Smart. We could see a rookie also win the Daytona 500, as a handful of rookies have actually won the Daytona 500 their very first start. David Bazuki goes for the lead. He would love to win the 500 in his very first start, and he might try to do so right here. And David Bazuki is now the leader. First rookie to lead this season. And the 31 car, they're back to being a full-time ride this season. We're proud to see that 31 back competing full-time. 3 wide now for the lead. Look at this. Nikki Maxwell trying to sneak her way in. She does successfully into the lead. And now Alex Hawkins looks to go on the bottom for the race lead. You see the beautiful views of the track and the racing itself. Proven to be very popular. And look at the 00 go. That is Grayson Acevedo. He moved over to the 00 Starcom team, and he's doing pretty well so far for the small team that could. As you see, the 47 now, Riley Spurley-Tube goes for the lead. Let's see if he can make a move on the pack. And look at Eli Bright. We talked about him earlier, and now he's made his way up to the lead again. 62 is in front as Eli Bright tries to win another Daytona 500. Of course, he was last season's Daytona 500 winner, and now this season looks to go back-to-back in limited races this time. And again, he'll only be competing in the super speedways. He'll be competing in the Coca-Cola regular season finale, also competing in the penultimate race at Talladega, and finally Zandvoorts, the finale. So we won't be seeing Bright a lot this season, but he will be competing in the super speedways and the restrictor plate tracks, and we look forward to seeing him race once again after this one. There'll be other surprising drivers too, so we'll get to more on that in a little bit. We'll get to those surprising drivers when we get to the races themselves. 3 wide battle coming to 3 to go in the first half of the race. So far they've stayed clean, and thank goodness though, because huge wreck would really shuffle the field up. And there's the 14 Rich Roy leading with 3 laps to go, and the question is, who's going to be the leader at the end of the first half? I'm sure that's going to be a prime advantage for the leader in the first half to get that better line to start the race, if anything were to happen. 3 wide, and I'm surprised that these guys haven't gotten close enough to each other to wreck out. But right now it's a 3 wide battle, and it's between Johnny Gardner and the 15 Freddie Soto. 2 drivers from 2 different generations, both 1-2, and Johnny Gardner is the master. And Freddie Soto, the student, right behind him with 2 laps to go. Could be the passing of the torch. Or maybe Johnny Gardner still wants to win. He's still got it, man. Johnny Gardner, he has 2 championships in the Cup Series. He's not giving up. He wants to win another one. And he has a chance to do so if he can win the Daytona 500. Here comes defending champion Dylan Kroom. It's finally about it took a while, but Dylan Kroom is back in front. Last season led the pack and deservedly won the championship in season 39, and now he looks to go back to back. And I don't think any driver has ever won back-to-back titles in the series history, and Dylan Kroom looks to be the first. White flag with 1 lap to go in the first half, and Lean Campana, Unleash Your Quillies, and Dylan Kroom are running in the top 3. Wonder if they're going to save it for later. They're just going to do it right now, as if they're racing for the win. And as you can see here, Unleash Your Quillies and Lean Campana are going to try to get that prime spot to start off in the second half. Wow, what a way to end the first half, as here comes Unleash Your Quillies with the better line. Looks like he will be the leader at the end of the first half, and he'll go into the second half with the race lead. So there goes the first half as Unleash Your Quillies is going to lead the pack for the second half of the race. So Unleash Your Quillies will lead the field back to the green flag on the double fall restart to kick off the second half of the Daytona 500. And here's how every driver finished in the first half of the race. There are no bonus points, but it's just to split the race in half so that we can add a little bit more excitement to these super speedway races. So anyway, hope you enjoyed our first half, and you'll want to stick around for the second half because this is where it's going to get intense. We're going to have one final 10-lap run to decide the Daytona 500 winner. You do not want to miss a single minute of it, so don't go away. Alrighty guys, we're back here in the Daytona 500, here in the Pichu London Cup Series. The 40th running of the Daytona 500, who will add his or her name to the list of Daytona winners? About to find out in 10 laps from now. Unleash Your Quillies out in front, and John Andrews will start alongside him on the front row for this restart to kick off the second half of the Daytona 500. And who's going to be the first winner of the season? You're about to find out as we get the pace car to come down pit road to take the green flag here. And here we go again as the second half is underway in the Daytona 500. And this time it's for real now, and this time they're all going to try to make some aggressive moves to get them to the front. We have not seen a single car wreck in this race so far, but I'm sure these guys being more aggressive, we might see one or two. Lean Campana right off the bat gets the lead away in turn 1, and here comes the 53 of Jackson Nansel. He's back in a full-time ride this season. He competed a limited number of races last season, and now things are getting real tight now. They're going 4 wide. Kirker trying to squeeze in the middle, trying to get into contact with Max Ferrier. Ooh, wow, trying to put the 48 into the bottom there below the yellow line. Now the A car is real aggressive, very tight maneuvering. Oh my goodness, 4 wide. They're getting really tight now. Oh boy, here we go. 48 still trying to fight low. Kirker trying to keep him away. And yet somehow they didn't wreck each other. It is a miracle. And Max Ferrier leads. Still 4 wide in the back. Dylan Kroom trying to sneak his way in. And there they go. They start to wreck. There's the big one. And a lot of cars involved in turn 3. And I knew we were going to see a wreck at some point of the race. These guys were going all at each other, and I knew there was going to be a crash down in turn 3. 4 wide, they were trying to be real aggressive, all trying everything they can to get a run into the lead, and then this happens. And there's the wreck. Big crash involving many cars. It's the big one at Daytona. A lot of cars taken out. There you see the cars with so much damage and a huge wreck with many drivers taken out. Really sets up the race now, doesn't it? And Max Ferrier is able to survive and take the lead, and we'll have a few laps remaining here in Daytona. And a handful of cars are out, and there you see the drivers out of the race already. And we could still have an overtime finish, believe it or not, here at Daytona. We might have a 2-lap caution-free overtime attempt to decide who wins this race. And wouldn't that be fun here to kick off the season? Anyway, it's time to go back to green. And there's the drivers all listed below that have wrecked out. Only a handful of cars wrecked out, and I believe only 7 cars are out. Wow. Kind of thought there was more. The wreck looked like it was huge. It was like 25 cars involved there, and only 7 of them retired and were out of the race. Well, these guys are not out of the race yet. In fact, they're in contention to win. And here's Johnny Gardner into the lead. Freddie Soto down below with 3 laps to go in Daytona. Could come down the final lap. Rich Roy drafting the 15 in front. Those cars, those are survivors, by the way. Hoping for a miracle in front to compete for the win. But they still want to finish this race till the very end. And you got to admire their toughness for trying to finish this race until they see the checkers. Well, even though only finishing first matters. How about this? All the 3 front row cars made it out, and now they're competing to win. Ryan Durante leads the field with just 2 laps to go. Anthony then is in contention. Ethan Sales in it. Chris and the 66 is in it. That is Carter Friesen. He's in it. Former Daytona 500 winner and I believe former champion. And now here he comes. Here they go. All trying to catch Ryan Durante. Still a chance. And look at that 88 make a comeback. He's still trying to get the win out of nowhere. Pack of drivers all could win the 500. Here we go to the white flag as the 66 leads. Friesen is in front with 1 more lap to go in the Daytona 500. Here they come to the white flag. Ethan Sale Lee is going in the 2nd spot. He might have a chance at the 66 one more time. Last lap in Daytona. This is for all the marbles. Max Ferrier in 3rd. Can he make a move to the 11? And I'm sure the 66 would love that. Just 2 more turns, and here comes Ethan Sale. Here comes Max Ferrier. 3-4 wide for the win. Christian Russell also trying to win. Into the final turn. It's going to be between Ethan Sale, Max Ferrier. Down the line, here they come to the checkers. Johnny Garner trying to draft him up. Down the final turn, who's it going to be? It's going to be a tight finish at the stripe. And they're saying it's Max Ferrier. Max Ferrier has won. And it came down to inches. Max Ferrier takes the checkers. Ooh, wow. What a great way to start the season. And Max Ferrier has won the Daytona 500 in a close finish. And there it is. Max Ferrier has won the Daytona 500 in the 22 car. What an incredible way to start off the new season. As Max Ferrier in the 22 takes the checkers here in Daytona. Oh my word. That came down to the wire. And it was Max Ferrier taking home the win in Daytona to kick off season 40. And here are the results from the race itself. There you see all the cars that retired and all the cars that finished the race. Boy, did it come down to the wire. I mean, my goodness. They were all like going 3-4 wide. And Max Ferrier had the best run. And he took home the checkered flag here in Daytona. So congratulations. Max Ferrier has now won the Daytona 500 in that 22 car. And right now I'm updating the winners list live right now so that we can get an updated description. And look at that. How about that? He is a former Daytona 500 winner. I almost didn't even know about that. Anyway, so Max Ferrier, he's won his 2nd Daytona 500. Can you believe it? I don't know if there's any other driver that won the Daytona 500 twice. But Max Ferrier is one of the very few to do so. So he won in season 36 of Daytona 500. And now he's won in season 40 in the Daytona 500. So this is the 2nd time he's taken the checkered flag in the Great American Race in the series history. So Max Ferrier is now a 2-time Daytona 500 champion. So congratulations to him, joining among the very few drivers to have won more than one Daytona 500. And Max Ferrier has done it. He's won it here in Daytona, beating out Ethan Sale in a close finish. And he's won his 2nd Daytona 500 of his career here in the Cup Series. So hope you enjoyed our opening race, and next weekend we'll be in Sonoma for our second race of the season. The first time we'll be on a road course, and you do not want to miss it for all those road course fans out there. But anyway, hope you enjoyed our race, and we will see you guys next time as season 40 is underway, and we look forward to taking you all the way to the end of the season. So hope you enjoyed our race in Daytona, and we will see you guys next time.